Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about 7 foods that are damaging your mood, your weight gain or loss, inflammation, and so many other things in the body. So the first one is diet drinks, okay? So diet drinks are filled with synthetic sweeteners. These are horrible for you. A lot of people think if they get like a sugar-free candy, sugar-free soda, that's better than the sugar version. It's really not. Your body really doesn't recognize the difference between sugars and artificial sweeteners, even though there's 0 calories. You still spike insulin, but now you're adding a neurotoxin to your brain and a bunch of other things that basically affect your cells, okay? So there's some awesome resources out there. These sweeteners affect your microbiome, they affect your brain, and so many other things. So back to the other 7 foods here. We have cereals and snack bars, right? Most grains, most flours are actually bleached, you guys. We just did a video all about that, the bleaching of common foods like dairy products, like salt, like flours and things like that, okay? The next one is packaged sweets, okay? These are horrible for us. They will damage your mood. They will allow us to store more fat, cause more inflammation, more heart disease contribution. Fast food, of course, we all know that one, but we still do it anyway, many of us, right? Margarine and shortening, right? The artificial, basically fake butters. We'd prefer people use ghee or grass-fed butter, things like that. Raw coconut oil for your fats. And we also have salty snacks, potato chips and things like that. But also canned foods, you guys. Canned foods are basically designed to sit on a shelf for a very long time. Most cans are also lined with a chemical called BPA, right? Some of you may have heard of that because we used to see that and we still see it quite a bit in kids' toys, plastics, things like that. They're proud to tell us BPA free on those things. Well, guess what cans are lined with? Especially if you have something acidic in a can like tomatoes, if you buy canned tomatoes, you're more than likely getting lots of chemicals and BPA in that, okay? So those are 7 categories of foods. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit more about dairy because this one is a big problem. Most of us have been brainwashed by the commercials to think dairy is good for us. It builds strong bones. It provides lots of nutrients. Well, guys, we're not cows. We're not calves. Calves are designed to eat mom's milk, right? But we're not calves. We're not trying to grow something from 50 pounds to 450 pounds. That's what dairy does that comes from cows. So I urge you to take a look at this book sometime. It's called Milk A to Z. This is literally all research-based stuff. A is for allergies. These are all research or publications showing how milk literally contributes, not just milk, but that's also yogurt, cheese, and those types of things. It literally cause allergies. This is all research from published journals. B is for breast cancer. How scary is that? If they put this on the commercials, do you think many of us would really buy a lot of those foods like they tell us are good for us? C is for Crohn's disease. Okay, take a look at this sometime. I'm gonna skip all the way ahead to, real quick, right? Does milk build strong bones? Does dairy help our bones? Well, guess what? O is for osteoporosis, you guys. This looks like a children's book, right? And they do that for a reason because we feed our kids dairy all the time, but this is all published medical journal information, research information that basically shows hundreds of studies as to why milk is not good for us, and that's dairy in general. Now remember, this is one of the bleached foods, so are the flours, and so are the salts. So we really want to avoid this stuff. It messes with our microbiome. Our microbiome is more microbes than we include in our own cells. So depending on the resource, our body has anywhere from 10 to 50 trillion cells. That's what makes up our body. Well, they say the microbes on and in our body, this is kind of weird for the germaphobes, outnumber our own cells by 10 times. So if I have 10 trillion cells in my body, that means you likely have 100 trillion microbes on and in your body. This breaks those down. The less microbes you have, by the way, and most of us know of probiotics, which are good for us, that's just one type of microbe, but they literally outnumber your own cells and they're good for us. They protect us. They've done studies years ago where they've had babies born into a completely sterile environment. Those babies were not alive for very long. Microbes are literally part of our health. We all know probiotics are good for us, but that's very surface as far as the information as to why they're good for us. So these artificial sweeteners wipe out that microbiome. those 7 categories of foods. Again, the diet drinks, the cereals and snacks, the packaged sweets, the fast food, the margarine and shortenings, the salty snacks, and the canned foods. Try to avoid those at all costs. Eat more real food, things that actually grow from nature, that were not processed, that were not poured bleach on, that literally nourish our body. This little blueberry has hundreds of phytonutrients in it, hundreds of things. You don't really need to take a multivitamin. You do, that's a different conversation, if you're eating whole foods, because you're getting hundreds, if not thousands of things per day by eating the cucumbers, the blueberries, and the healthy foods. So we store less fat, we have less inflammation in our arteries, and we're not eating these bleached, processed foods, guys.